What's up, NIO family? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's happening with NIO, Tesla, SPY, and the broader markets. Just know that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I'm saying as financial advice whatsoever. And also, if you guys can, please check out my Moomoo link that's down below, or use my QR code right here to sign up. If you sign up for Moomoo with the link down below and deposit $100, you're going to get $20 of free Nvidia stock. If you deposit $2,000 or more, you're going to get $50 worth of NVIDIA plus a $100 cash reward. Deposits $10,000 or more to get $300 worth of NVIDIA stock plus $100, or deposits $50,000 or more to get $1,000 of free NVIDIA stock plus $100. You're also going to qualify for an 8.1% APY on uninvested cash, and the offer ends very soon. So please use my link down below to sign up. The offer ends in just 9 hours from now. Anyways, as far as NIO is going, we're looking at a potential cup and handle like structure. And overall, we're holding up so nicely to the point where this could continue to break out for this imbalance fill, taking us back up towards that 7.5 area. Looking at NIO, we're seeing a lot of talk about how there was a forum known as the AI application in smart electric vehicles. And this was the theme of the forum, where we saw NIO once again seeing a lot of collaborations and important meetings that were taking place. That is very important for the longer term. However, for tomorrow, there's going to be a big catalyst coming on. That's going to be FOMC. So that's going to be another external factor affecting the markets, including NIO. Right now, there's a 99.9% chance the Fed's going to give us a 25 basis point cut. And there's been lots of talk about how the Fed is going to end its 3-year phase of quantitative tightening this week, easing pressures on banks amidst concerns that funding is getting too tight in money markets. This is also happening amidst the fact that there's a lot of weakness starting to develop in the labor sector. For example, now the news just came out that Amazon's laying off 14,000 employees, and the latest employment numbers were not really the best, at least when they were last coming out. So we're going to see what they look like, at least once this government shutdown situation is kind of like eased up. On top of this, I want to add on that Jensen Huang of Nvidia has mentioned that the AI chip leader is going to be once again building 7 new supercomputers for the U.S. Department of Energy, which is a good piece of news for semiconductor stocks. What else is helping semiconductors is the fact that President Trump will likely be signing a deal with China very soon in the upcoming days. He's going to be meeting up with many leaders across Asia. He just met up with Japan's prime minister. And soon he's going to be going to South Korea, I believe, to meet up with many leaders. And he may meet up with President Xi Jinping over there. So keep that in mind. Finally, what else is going to be big about tomorrow is that not only do we have FOMC, right? We also have big tech earnings. Tomorrow we have Meta, Microsoft, and Alphabet all announcing earnings after market close. SoFi and PayPal had earnings, and they both did very well with good earnings and raising their guidances, which is why their share prices did well. So we're going to see what happens heading into tomorrow. Tomorrow's FOMC day, so anything could really happen, but as of right now, we are looking more bullish. If NIO hypothetically loses 6.8, we're looking for a bigger move down. But as long as we're above that, we're favoring another reaccumulation, then an attempt to push back up for 7.25 and 7.4. Overall, we look more bullish. For SPY, we look more bullish. Now, if we hypothetically end up losing this 682 area, we're looking for a move back down to fill this gap. But as long as we're above this, we're going to be favoring 688 or above, and then eventually the 690 zone. For more upside, so keep that in mind, especially as time goes on. SPY still looks more bullish to me. On the triple Q, we look more bullish. Now, if we hypothetically end up losing 629, we could turn back down, but we're actually pushing in the after hours, looking for an attempt for 635. We still look more bullish. The charts all look very bullish unless we get some kind of rug pull with Jerome Powell. We're looking bullish. Now, with FOMC, their odds do favor Jerome Powell, kind of like being a little bit more dovish, but we'll see just to be safe because you never know what's going to happen. But the charts do look more bullish. The Russell 2000 is the exception. We're barely holding this support at 248. We need to hold this, or else 246 is next. On ES, we look more bullish. We're making higher lows. As long as we don't lose 6,900, we're going to be favoring 6,950. NQ is looking more bullish. We also have support down here at 26,000. We're going to see if this holds. If not, we could be dipping more. This looks more bullish to me. Bitcoin is also holding up decently. It came down towards 112,000. We're going to see if we bounce off this. Watch and see if buyers defend. Tesla's looking more bullish with a nice looking accumulation. We're also above 460. It might come down and consolidate before it tries to break out for 480. Looks more bullish to me. Nvidia is breaking out as a result of the big news, which could really launch the market higher. Apple looks more decent, could be retesting 266 before it tries to bounce. This is also in a consolidation phase. AMD is pushing. As long as we don't end up losing 258, we might consolidate and push for 262. Coinbase might be retesting 346 before it tries to bounce. Might see some temporary downside. Amazon's flat here. I do expect this to consolidate until we get earnings. Not really much will go on until then. Meta looks more bullish, favoring 757 or above, and Google's favoring an imbalance fill for 270 alongside Microsoft, which is trying to push for 545. The VIX did start to bounce a little bit, but we're going to see if this rejects or not. Keep in mind the market still remains more bullish. There's no sign of a true rejection on SPY in the QQQ yet, and we're still holding up quite nicely on the 4-hour time frame. So for NIO, what's good is that with this deal involving the US and China, and if the Fed does start to ease up on policy, the American Fed has a big influence on the global markets, so it's going to be having a big effect on NIO. And if that is the case, this could be resembling an inverse head and shoulders or even like a cup and handle, which could eventually take us up for 7.25 to 7.4 for more potential upside. With that being said, I thank you all so much for listening. The upside potential is there, and I'll see you guys very soon on the next one. Don't forget, tomorrow is going to be big as we have FOMC, and we're going to see what that leads to as well moving forward. Thank you for listening, and peace out.